Hello, and welcome to the first episode of the Brick Clubhouse podcast. My name is Chris, and I'm here with our co-host, Evan. Say hello, Evan.
Hello, Chris. Good to be
Hey,
here with you.
it's good to be here with you as well. A podcast. Why are we doing this? And who are we? I guess is something everyone needs to know. So let me start out telling you a little bit about myself. My journey with Lego started long ago, way before you would have been playing with Lego, Evan.
Yeah,
Back,
I wasn't even born.
back in the early 80s with Space and Castle. Those were the sets that I played with so much as a kid. And then kind of drifted away as you do. But Star Wars in 1999, those sets rekindled my love of Lego, and I got my kids into Lego at that point, and they grew out of it, and I didn't. And here I am, in a fall, if you will, talking about Lego. Evan, now you came to Lego a little later in
I
life.
did.
Tell us
Yes.
a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so I played with Legos growing up with my brothers. We had a giant chest in our room that was just probably a bunch of sets from who knows where. And my brother, my big oldest brother, he was really good about digging through, finding random pieces, building little things, but I was never the best at that. So I didn't do much of that. And then in 2019, when I was let's see, I would have been a junior in college at the time. I got really into Harry Potter. I'd always loved Harry Potter, but I got super into it. Reread the whole series, and that's the year that they released the Diagon Alley set, and I really wanted that set. And then I saw the big micro scale Hogwarts Castle, wanted that one too. So it was actually Harry Potter Lego that got me back into Lego, but I probably have more Star Wars sets now than Harry Potter. So I have really only been a real Lego collector going on just over 3 years now, I guess, going into the fourth. No, 2019. So going into the fifth. Okay. Wow. That's 2024 now.
It is.
Yeah.
And we got together over Lego through Bricks and Minifigs,
We did.
my store here in San Diego in the Rancho Penasquitos neighborhood. And Evan is one of my managers, and we opened up this past August in 2023, and we bonded over a love of Lego, and we wanted to share that with everyone in our store and all of you out in internet land. So we're going to be bringing you this new show, and there'll be others of us, other people joining throughout the episodes. We have other friends in the Lego community, as well as other people that are in and out of Bricks and Minifigs here in town that will be joining us from time to time. And we're super excited to be beginning this journey here with episode 1. So what is this show going to be about? Well, there are a few things we want to cover. And one of those things is just what's happening in the world of Lego. There's so many new sets coming out and rumors of new sets and cool things that people are doing on Lego Masters and all the different places Lego is. And we want to talk about that and share it with you.
Yeah. Along with that, what's happening in the world of Lego will also directly relate to happening in the world of Bricks and Minifigs San Diego North. So that will include new sets that we get in on February 1st and other months after that, as well as different used sets or minifigures that we might get into our store. We're constantly getting new things in on trades every single day. So in this podcast, we'll kind of give a brief update on the things in the store to help out our customers know what to look for when they come in, as well as to just talk about any events we might be happening in the store, such as our Lego Day event we just had over the weekend and the Valentine's Day event we have coming up that you guys will hear all about.
Yeah, we do have a lot going on and a lot of super fun things, but we don't want you to think, if you're not in the area, that this show's not for you. We'll be talking a lot about the news and everything as well. So don't think you're just going to get a commercial every week, but we will be talking about the store because the store is what makes this possible. It's definitely our main sponsor and allows us to do what we do and play with Lego all day. It's pretty great.
It's pretty awesome. It's a good gig. All right. So starting things off, this episode is being released on February 1st, which means that there are new Lego sets to talk about. One of which being the Dune House Atreides Royal Ornithopter. Chris?
Yes. Oh, the set is so pretty. We have it here in front of us. It, as Evan said, releases today, February 1st. It is set number 10327, and it comes in at 1,369 pieces, complete with 8 minifigures, and they're pretty impressive.
Pretty cool figures.
Now, Evan, you built this set,
I did.
so tell us your
Yeah.
first impression.
Well, first off, just looking at it at the end, this thing is absolutely massive. Those 1,369 pieces, they really carry. They're big pieces.
It is so much bigger than I expected.
Yeah. So sometimes you'll see a set and, you'll be like, where are all the pieces? Because this set looks way smaller than, 1,000 pieces or whatever.
I was expecting it to be like about the wingspan of like one of the play scale Millennium Falcons or something,
no.
but it dwarfs that.
Oh, yeah. So something to know about this set is there are a few brand new elements. The main one that I know of are the wings. So there are 8 wing propellers on this set. Watching the designer interview video from the Lego house when the set was revealed a couple months ago now, they went to their R&D team and they said, hey, how long can you make these wings? And the R&D team's response was, how long do you want them? So they are quite long. They didn't go overkill though. I'm pretty sure they're still to scale. But the wingspan on this thing is a good 2.5 feet.
But each wing is like 12 to 14 inches.
Right.
Like,
by itself.
Yeah. It just is huge.
So it's massive. And then, Tiago Caterino, I don't know if any of you guys watch him on YouTube. He's a former Lego designer. He recently reviewed this set and he called it a Technic set in disguise. Pretty good description. It is in disguise because it is pretty brick built on the outside for the most part, but definitely building it, there are a lot of Technic steps. Speaking of which, something that I really liked about the building experience of this set was, how in some instructions, like let's say the Friends Botanical Garden or any of the botanical sets where you're building a flower, it'll kind of tell you as you go, hey, here's a fun fact about this flower. Or it'll, like a Harry Potter set, it'll say, hey, this is a fun fact about this part of Hogwarts.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot in the ideas
Yeah.
and some of those other type of sets.
Yeah, so I found it interesting. This is the first time that I've built a set, and the instructions actually, as you built Technic builds, it told you on the instructions, hey, this this build you just did is going to do this mechanism in the final product. So it'd say, hey, these pieces that you just put in there, that's the thing that's going to push the wings out when you're done. Or this is the thing that's going to make the wings flap when you push the buttons.
So they didn't want you to just think you're doing something for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it was cool. It helped me be able to visualize the final product while I was working.
So
with the
if somebody does not consider themselves a Technic builder,
yeah,
is this a good set for them?
That's a good question. I'm not a big Technic guy. I like Technic, like small amounts of Technic builds, like if I'm building a Technic frame for a UCS set or something like that. I personally enjoy Technic builds enough, but I prefer the look of a brick built set.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good middle ground. You're going to see the Technic parts. There is a Technic frame that it's very solid. You can pick it up. It has great swoosh ability for sure. It's a very solid model. If you don't like Technic builds, it might not be your favorite build, but I still think that it's worth it for the end product that you're getting.
It's a beautiful set. I really wasn't excited when it was first announced about it. I've read the book Dune. I've seen the old movie from the 80s as well as the new one.
Yeah.
But seeing this set in person, it is just so nice.
Pretty awesome. I mean, even as I was building it, I still wasn't, until it was finished, I didn't just realize the massive scale, because the very, very last step of the build is putting the wings on. And so it really doesn't do it justice to how big the final product is until you finish that final step.
And I do have to say, like, it looks, kind of like a little dragonfly, but it's solid.
Which is what it's supposed, but the design is based off of a dragonfly.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going for.
It is not falling apart.
Oh no, not in the slightest.
Like you said, it would be a great play set if you can pick it up because it is so big.
And here's the thing, who knows how many other Dune Lego sets we'll ever get, if any, right? So if you're a fan of Dune, whether you like Technic builds or not, or even if you're not even super into Lego, but you just love Dune, this might be the set to get your.
So tell me, what were the characters that were included?
Yeah, so we got 8 minifigures. I am not the biggest Dune expert. I have seen the movie, but just once. I know the names of the actors better than I know their characters. We do have Stellan Skarsgård's character. He is the big guy with the long robes. He's the Baron.
Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah, the Baron. So this is a new cloth element. It is 3 sides folded over each other, and he stands on this big old clear plastic stand, and so he towers over the other figures.
He's ridiculous.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
And everyone makes jokes, Star Wars can't get claw pieces for their clones, but this guy has more claw than I've seen.
Literally like
seen in a minifigure.
6 inches probably. And then we got Jason Momoa's character, Duncan Idaho. We have Rebecca Ferguson's character, Lady Jessica. I think she's my favorite character.
It's a really cool figure.
She has her torso, skirt piece, and hood piece are all gold. They're not yellow. They're the gold Lego pieces. And it just looks great. And then
great face printing.
Yeah, the face printing on one of her face prints, she has her veil, her golden veil printed on her face.
It's subtle, but it just looks
effect.
So good.
It looks fantastic. And then we got, honestly, the most boring figure in the set is the main character, being Paul.
Oh, poor Paul.
So the Timothée Chalamet Paul Atreides figure isn't the best. They probably could have chosen a better outfit for him. And it really doesn't look like Timothée Chalamet.
Truthfully, it looks more like Paul from the 1980s movie that does Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, not the best.
But you can't win them all.
Yeah. We then have Josh Brolin's character. I apologize to the Dune fans. I do not know his character's name. Maybe we should look that up. But Josh Brolin's character, he has the football shoulder pads that you see on some of the Iron Man figures or on the Wrecker figure if you're a Star Wars fan. The custom print on it, it is a gray piece with a silver print. He has great printing details on his torso and legs. Really good figure. We then have Oscar Isaac's character. He's a duke, right? The House Atreides?
Yeah.
Maybe not a duke. I don't know if that's the right term, but he also has some great gunmetal gray
Leto
pieces.
Atreides, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
Leto.
So so his pieces are the gunmetal gray with, again, just some great print detailing on him. And then the final 2, we have Zendaya's character and one of the other female characters. We should look up her name, actually. Anyways, but the Zendaya character, she has 2 face prints, with one of them having her blue eyes on them, which looks really cool.
Both of them have the spice eyes, and they look great.
So Zendaya's character is Chani?
Yeah.
Chani? Chani.
Sure.
That just makes me think of Kristen Wiig's character from Anchorman.
Yeah.
My sweet Chani.
I have the list of all the characters, but not the actors. So
yeah, here they are. I have IMDb pulled up now. So, and then the last one is Dr. Liet Kynes. So Sharon Duncan Brewster's character, and she looks great. She has a cloth cloak that is really nice, and she also comes equipped with 2 weapons, like those hook kind of weapons that look really good. And she also has the blue eyes on her face as well.
She's ready to go catch that spice worm.
Yeah. And then just to kind of catching up on the characters' names that I missed. Yeah, so Oscar Isaac's character is Duke Leto Atreides, like you said, Chris. We got Paul, Duncan Idaho, and then where is Josh Brolin? There he is. Gurney Halleck.
Yeah, Gurney Halleck.
Gurney Halleck. So 8 figures in a set with only just over 1,300 pieces. That's great value in terms of the figure count. There are 10 bags in this build, so you get a figure in all but 2 of the bags. So it's really fun. You get to build a new character almost every time you open up a bag. There are only 2 seats in the cockpit of this set, unfortunately, so only space for 2 of your figures.
That to me is a little bit of a bummer. that
Yeah.
as cool as the ship is, there's really no interior space. But
It definitely isn't a play. Well, it's funny. It's not a play set in the traditional sense, like as far as playing with minifigures,
it,
but it has a ton of features.
yeah,
So,
I mean, it is an 18 plus.
right. But,
They
part of the Technic pieces in here. So there's one crank on the side. You turn that, and it simultaneously drops down the loading platform and the landing gear. And that function is seamless and it works great.
but it's not like you can put somebody on the landing or on the loading ramp and
Right.
have them then be in the
in
ship.
in the ship, no. But that mechanism is strong enough. The landing gear is strong enough to hold the entire set up just off the table, which looks really nice.
It does. It it looks like it's ready to pounce.
Yeah. And then you got this one switch on the top with spring loaded, so you just push it forward and all 8 of the wings flip out at the same time, which looks really sweet. And then you got this big kind of 1 by, I don't know, 10 or 12 Technic piece on the back that you just push up and down, and it makes all 8 wings flap.
I
So,
love it. It looks so good.
so the front 4 wings flap together, and then the back 4 wings flap together, and they alternate. So then they're not all 8 wings are flapping together, but they're flapping back and forth.
I notice it has a few of the House Atreides logo symbols on it. Were those
Yeah.
stickers or is it all printed?
Nope, no stickers in the set. So
Oh, that's
those
nice.
2 tiles are printed elements. And there are 2 cockpit pieces that have been used for the UCS X-Wing, I believe, and they are recolored in like a dark gray, which looks really cool.
And they look so great, like sideways. Like
Yeah.
we're used to seeing them
Up and
on
down.
the X-Wing,
Right.
but 2 of them sideways just it'd make a really stunning cockpit.
Yeah. So if you are curious to see what this set looks like, there are pictures online, obviously. You can visit your local Lego store. It should be built on display. Or if you're in the San Diego area, come and swing by the store and we should hopefully have one on display unless it's been sold.
Yeah, we'll see how fast it sells.
We'll see how fast it sells.
And we do have them also new in the box
Yep.
if you want to have that building experience yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was a pretty good one.
And one of the things about our store too that's really fun is any used sets we have, we love to take them off the shelf and show them to our customers. So if you want to come in and if we have a used Ornithopter available, you're welcome to play with the play features and test it out for yourself.
Yeah,
Which you can't do when it's on display at the Lego store.
that is true. Yeah, and then you can see if it's really for you. I do know a lot of people the Technic builds are not for them, and so many of the newer sets, like even like the new Galactic Explorer set, was so much Technic like under the hood. I do
Right.
like that you can't see it, but I do understand those that
Right.
prefer the brick built, but
I would.
this is so impressive.
Oh yeah, and I would say if you've ever built like a creator expert, I guess it's icons now. If you've ever built a big car, a big Lego car set, it's the Technic build in this particular set isn't quite as intricate as those. So if you've ever built one of those cars, like the buses or the Aston Martin or the Camaro or anything like that, and you enjoyed it, especially the Technic parts, then you definitely would be more than capable of enjoying the build for this set for sure.
And yeah, it would look great on your shelf or flying from your ceiling.
Yeah.
It
And-
kind of begs to be like displayed
Oh, for
like
sure.
in flight.
Yeah.
This would definitely be a set that would be good, with one of the stands from Tricked Out Bricks or
Yep.
Brickccessory, some of the other companies that make the nice acrylic stands, because I think getting it up off the table really and being to extend the wings really will make it look at it at its best.
Yeah. And just once again, if you are a fan of minifigures and you're a fan of Dune, this is your best way that you're going to get those characters in Lego form. So who knows what the secondary market's going to be in the future, but if you want to get those Dune minifigures, this is the way to do it for sure.
But this isn't the only new things that we've learned about this week. There have been a few leaks and then Lego releasing their own images for the Star Wars MIDI ships that are coming out later this spring.
March 1st.
March 1st.
Yes, I'm very excited.
So which ones did we get?
All right, so well, we got the Super Star Destroyer that came out last year, so that's been the first one, and now they're releasing three more, which are the Millennium Falcon, the Tantive 4, and the Invisible Hand, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the first time they have made the Invisible Hand in Lego. Am I right?
I think so.
Yeah. So the Invisible Hand, for those of you who might not know, is General Grievous's flagship, which we see first of all, we saw it in Episode 3 at the very beginning. It's where Anakin and Obi-Wan are rescuing Palpatine. And then we've also seen it throughout the Clone Wars TV show since then. So fans of the Clone Wars era have been asking for this as a Lego set for a
This was
long
definitely a
time.
gift for
Yeah.
the Clone Wars fans.
Yeah. So, and then of course another Falcon. You know, they're not going to make a new line of ships without including the Falcon. It's iconic. We all know and love the Millennium Falcon. I will say, I do think that the pictures of this new midi scale Falcon, in my opinion, looks way better than the old midi scale Falcon.
Which we have the old one in the store actually
Sealed in
right
box.
now, sealed in box.
Yeah.
And it is iconic. And I love those old mini scale, but this new one looks really good. And I love that they're putting stands with them.
And the 25th anniversary printed brick looks great. I love that R2
Yes.
design. It looks so good.
So of these three, I've
Yeah.
got to say, I think the Falcon is my favorite.
Okay.
I do love the Tantive. We haven't talked about
The
it
Tantive
yet.
looks great. I just love, I don't know what it is about the Tantive, but every Lego set of the Tantive that I've seen, those engine thrusters on the back, there's something about it. They just look so good.
It does look great.
Maybe it's because it's the first shot in Star Wars we ever see. It's the very first ship. It's the very first thing we ever see in all of Star Wars, right? So the Tantive is,
it is iconic.
Yeah.
One we did forget to mention at the very beginning, though, was the Comic-Con from the aborted COVID
Oh, the
year.
Nebulon B frigate.
Nebulon B frigate also kind of.
But as far as like the 18 plus like midi scale ships, because even the Nebulon B frigate, like these newer ones, starting with the Executor Star Destroyer, they have the printed, similar to the helmet sets, they have the name of the ship printed on a Lego Star Wars like plate, and that wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't with the Nebulon B frigate, right?
I don't recall.
We have one here somewhere.
Yeah,
you have one here somewhere.
I have one here somewhere, but I don't remember.
This line that kind of cohesively has to stand and all of that.
I love this line, I have to say. But why not give us a minifigure?
Because they're micro scale.
I know, but we got, I don't know, a nice.
I mean, for these ones, I can see the argument for them. So they are releasing, if you don't know, they are releasing some sets this year that have 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, because 2024 is the 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. Chris mentioned earlier that 1999, the first wave of Lego Star Wars came out. And so 2024 marks the 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars existing. And so there are going to be a handful of sets, I think 5 rumored ones so far, that are going to have 25th anniversary exclusive minifigures. So I can see the argument for maybe these ones being some of those.
I just think it would be so cool to have a General Grievous figure, like they're standing on that stand.
I don't know.
With the,
it would be cool. Hand. Yeah. To me, if I'm being honest, figures they kind of feel out of place to me if they came with these ships, because the scale is so different.
It is.
Like you get the buildable characters and they come with a figure, that makes sense, right? You got the big one and the small one.
Yeah.
Like here's the difference, right?
And I understand, like we didn't get him with the helmet, and a lot of people said
helmets would have made more sense to me than
they wish they could have had him with the helmets.
Yeah, that would have made more sense to me, I think.
You did mention we do have a few. Lego has released images of a few of those 25th anniversary sets with figures. We've got the R2, the buildable R2 with
Darth Malak.
The Darth Malak figure.
Which, yeah. Real quick, though. Can we wrap up real quick on that?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So, the other thing, but to say, there are not minifigures. However, at least in the Millennium Falcon, they do have the stud-built micro figures. So, if you've built or seen pictures of the Super Star Destroyer mini scale, in the bridge, there is a nod to the scene in Empire Strikes Back where Darth Vader is recruiting bounty hunters.
Yes.
And there are 3 stud tall little builds of each of those characters as a little Easter egg. And they were in the Death Star gift with purchase on May the 4th of Luke, the Emperor, and Vader.
Yes.
So they're continuing that here in the Falcon.
So I do like the nod.
Yeah. But they're not figures. They're studs.
I know.
So
I just love
It
the
is
figures.
different. So we have Leia, Han, 3PO, and then Chewie and R2 at the hollow chest table with a printed hollow chest, little one by one flat rounded studs. So that's fun. But yes, no figures. So, but like you said,
It,
Chris,
it was interesting. They even released some pictures of like the the Falcon like partially built,
yeah,
and it looks like it'll be a fun building experience.
oh yeah, and I think I
It looks like it's pretty much like a cross kind of frame,
yeah,
and then you put the different sections then around it.
and I can't really tell from these pictures. I would hope that it's all prints,
Oh, I hope so.
but you
I
never
hate
know.
stickers.
It looks like they're prints,
It's probably lots of
but I
stickers.
can't tell. Really, it looks like stickers to you?
I don't know.
I mean, I can imagine that it'd be stickers.
It would be a lot of prints. I'm trying to look at like the one of
Yeah.
the invisible hand to see
Invisible Hand. Oh, like
because it's got like
it has a separatist logo on it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
That's what we'll revisit it, and when we know more, there'll be a lot of 25th anniversary sets coming out over the next few months, and
Yeah.
we'll see more about them.
Speaking of the 25th anniversary, now do you want to talk about that R2 set?
Yes, you and I have talked about this R2 set before
We have. Yeah.
because I do not have the UCS R2.
UCS in
Yeah,
quotes.
in quotes. The large built R2.
Yes.
So I'm excited to get this R2
Yeah.
will fit in my bookcase a lot better than that other R2.
Yeah. Looking at your book, you could fit it. You could fit the other one. But yes. So, Chris, like you said, we've talked about this set. I personally, I do have the $240 R2D2 set that came out. When was that? That was 2021. Yeah.
It was a few years back.
2021, maybe 2022. I think it was 21 though. I have that set. It's a great set. I love the size of it. The build was great. It looks great next to my UCS Millennium Falcon and my buildable droids. So for me personally, there's no reason for me to get this set, which is really unfortunate because I do have some desire to have that Darth Malak minifigure.
I am going to get this set because
You don't have
I don't have R2, and I knew there was a reason I was waiting. We've
Yeah.
even had a few used ones come into the store, and it's a good looking set. But
The new one looks good too.
yeah, I'm looking forward.
It's just
I think I
smaller
prefer the scale
of
for
a
myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, when I first heard the rumor that there was going to be another buildable R2, I was really annoyed just because we already have one. And
not that long ago.
and not only do I personally have it, but yeah, not that long. It's still on shelves. You can still go get it
Oh yeah.
right now. So it didn't make a ton of sense to me, but as time has gone on, and now that we do have pictures, official pictures, it's smaller. So it's cheaper. It appeals to a crowd that can afford it. It's more affordable.
Yeah.
And they wanted to throw in that Darth Malak figure.
And the rumor is there's going to be a buildable C-3PO.
Right. So the pairing makes sense.
Yeah. And this is more in the scale of like probably the buildable Chewbacca that came out a few months back.
The 3PO?
Yeah, the 3PO.
Is 3PO
the
supposed to be as
R2
big as Chewie?
Well, Chewie's bigger than 3PO. But I'm assuming
universe.
scale.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see the scale because the scale of the R2, like it would have to be a pretty big 3PO if it was going to be in scale because the R2 is still a good size.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the photos, which is really all we have to go off of, and if you're interested in finding them, hit up any of the Lego rumor sites. They'll be there. But it looks to be, I don't know, 5 or 6 minifigures tall, like based on the Darth Malak figure that's standing next to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good size build for sure.
So,
and speaking of the C-3PO, I'm excited for the C-3PO. I love those buildable droids. I have almost all of them.
I'm a fan too. I don't have Dio.
I got Dio mostly for to complete the droids. I'm about to get some hate for this, but I do like the sequel trilogy. So
Yeah.
it's also, I think it's funny that J.J. Abrams voiced Dio. So I think Dio was kind of a boring character overall. I'm not saying he was a great character, but I kind of wanted to get him just to finish the line.
Total rabbit trail, but of them, BD1 is my favorite.
Oh,
of
BD
those
is
buildable droids.
BD is great. BD is great too because he's almost life size to scale. He's about a foot tall.
Yeah, he sits on my desk next to my monitor.
Yeah,
and it's just my little buddy.
There he is. He's fantastic. I I do love that R2. I also love the BB-8.
BB-8's a good one.
The BB-8 one is great. I have a display with a little lighter
Yeah,
flicked out.
it's a good one.
So I'm glad we're getting 3PO.
And to round out the other rumors, we also have the Tantive hallway
Yep.
set with Vader coming in.
This is based off of A New Hope,
Yeah.
not Rogue One, which I was kind of hoping for. But, I guess that technically wasn't on the Tantive. That was, it was in the capital ship, and then Vader couldn't get into the Tantive.
Yeah.
And Tantive launched, and then,
Yeah, go chase him down.
So, but yes, this set looks great.
It does. It also is going to come with 25th anniversary minifigure.
ARC Trooper 5s.
Yes.
Which Malak looked great. 5s looks...
There's been some controversy around 5.
Not good.
I'm waiting to see it in person to make my final judgment. Photos haven't been great.
When I saw the first leaked picture of 5s, I thought it looked atrocious. And then I saw another angle, and it looked a lot better. And now it's been released, and I've seen people kind of like showing it side by side with the character model from the Clone Wars, and now seeing how inaccurate the printing is, I'm back on the side of it's an awful figure. And I mean it is kind of cool. So he has no cloth waistcape, but he does have a cloth pauldron,
which is at least something.
Cloth, maybe it's plastic. So the thing is that it's straight, like it's kind of flat. Now 5s does have kind of a flatter pauldron,
but we've seen that with some of the other pauldrons too.
Yeah, so it is the shape of it is a little more accurate to how he is in the show. The biggest thing, though, aside from like the waistcape prints barely being on the legs,
I hate those
is
waistcape prints. Yeah. Such a waste.
Right. There you go. The printing on the helmet is so inaccurate. Like the helmet printing just doesn't look anything like his helmet does in the show. It's really sad to see how bad they did with this figure.
Yeah, like you said, I'll reserve judgment till we see it, but I am kind of glad they're doing these 25th anniversary figures.
Oh, me too.
And figures that we're not going to get otherwise.
Right. And if the other rumors are true, there is one figure in particular that is going to come out that I really, really want to get. So hopefully that one comes to fruition.
We'll discuss it.
When and if it is.
Yeah, and in a future episode when we get some more leaks or rumors or Lego just being nice and telling us what's coming.
Yeah. Well, circling back real quick, we talked about the Ornithopter, but other February 1st releases are here as well.
That's true. We've got another edition in the new Flora Fauna line.
The Fauna collection.
Yeah. Which is the Kingfisher bird.
Looks great.
I'm excited about that one. I didn't love the parrots like hanging on the wall.
I loved the parrot.
I like the more display of...
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
It is cool though that there are when the parrots came out, I loved the parrots, but I was a little worried that all of the fauna collection would be wall hanging stuff. So it's really cool to see that different sets in the same line
those parrots
are different styles. It's big.
They're much bigger than I thought.
But it's cool that even though they're part of the same collection, they're super different sets. You have the wall hanging parrot and you have the brick built just display Kingfisher.
I am glad they are doing more in the non-licensed nature kind of arena.
Yeah.
They've done some great like city builds and stuff. Like the treehouse is one of my all-time favorite.
Treehouse great.
The A-frame cabin. We've gotten some of these really cool outdoor kind of sets. So it's cool that they are...
Which is funny that those are both idea sets. But as far as like Lego themselves go, the botanical collection has been a great success.
Yes. And so it's kind of cool that they're branching into this new space.
Well, and as you know, I'm a huge animal fan. I love animals. So I told you, I said, not only do I love the parrot set, but this right here, I pointed to the box, the fauna collection. That makes me more excited than the set itself. Because I cannot wait to see what kinds of animals they build.
Yeah, we'll see what comes next. The last new set on February 1st, though, is just Polybag.
Well, as far as the ones that we have at the store.
Yes. Because we'll have the new Venom Bike Chase Polybag.
Yeah. There are a few other February 1st releases. The rest of them, however, are only available through Lego. The ones that I know of off the top of my head, there are 3 new brick heads, including Stitch, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, they don't allow us to have
No,
the
they keep
briquettes.
some of the best ones for themselves, but that's okay.
Yes, which
They
is
got
great.
Stitch. We also have Potted Groot, which looks super cute, and Iron Spider, Spider-Man from Avengers Infinity War / Endgame / No Way
Awesome.
Home. The Iron Spider made an appearance in the Doc Ock bridge fight as well. So
Oh, there you go.
that one looks really cool. Here it is. There's the Iron Spider. I love the look of that one. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're also getting a Sonic Brickheads 2-pack of Knuckles and Shadow.
Could be. I've got to be honest. I don't follow the brickheads
Yeah.
as closely. Never been a big brickheads fan, but
Yeah.
but
It's a rabbit hole. It's hard to stop
it is.
because they're cheap. And I mean, here's the thing. What they really are is Lego Funko Pops.
Which I also don't collect.
Right. But I do. So that's kind of how they get you. It's like, hey, you have the Funko Pop potted Groot. Don't you want the Lego Brickhead
I
potted
guess
Groot?
I guess so. To each their own. So you can get those at your local Lego store, and they will find
or
their way.
or Lego Shop at Home,
Yeah, and they will find their way to Bricks and Minifigs.
whether new or used, we don't know.
Yes, we get a lot of brickheads used ones come in. So I'm sure over time we
Yeah.
will see
Oh,
these in the store.
there it is, Knuckles and Shadow. Yes.
But a lot of times these brickheads do seem to sell out fast. So if it's something you really want,
Yeah.
I would probably snag it.
Yeah.
And they don't tend to stay around long. They seem to retire faster than most other themes.
Yeah, they go pretty quick. There's not that many of them that have gone up in value aside from the Comic-Con exclusives. The one off the top of my head is the Mickey Mouse one. That one's worth quite a bit.
And that's I said I wasn't into brickheads,
Bricky heads.
but the Mickey bricky head is one I wish I would have had. The Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah. Those ones are really valuable. And my guess for the next one that's going to go up in value is the Ahsoka Tano one that just retired.
Yeah.
She's such a favorite character.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We do have some of the retired ones in the store. I think we have Finn.
We have the Tusken Raider.
Yeah.
And we have Princess Leia, Episode 4 Princess Leia.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
they do come in. So if you're looking
and we have you, Stormtrooper, and the old Darth Vader.
There you go. So even more than I remember.
Yeah.
We had a whole bunch of Harry Potter ones, but they mostly sold.
Yeah. Yeah. And some Disney ones. So in other Lego news, there have been a few more Lego reveals outside of some of the things we've already talked about. Lego Creator 3-in-1 continues to have the greatest year of Lego Creator 3-in-1 of all time.
3-in-1 is quickly becoming one of my favorite themes.
Going so hard. Like, for some reason, the Lego Creator designers, they were like, hey, let's just make the best wave of all time. So,
it is amazing.
For those of you who haven't seen, they released images of a new set that is a 3-in-1 that is a woodland creatures. The main build being a fox, and the color scheme they chose for this fox is just
it looks so good,
gorgeous. It's so pretty.
It looks so good. It's like the grown-up Fox and the Hound fox.
Yeah, it looks like it does look like Todd.
Yeah, but it just looks so good. I could just see it sitting on your bookcase again.
It looks great
next to your.
I just pulled it up.
A-frame cabin
and
your treehouse. Like it fits in so well.
Botanicals. I mean, and I'm looking at it right now. It's the face just looks so accurate. Like some of these 3-in-1 animals in the past are like, that's okay, but I don't. You got to see the picture. If you have,
I'm interested to see the scale of it.
Yeah,
like, I don't know how tall it is.
If you haven't seen pictures, for those of you listening, you got to look it up. This fox just looks beautiful, and the color scheme is fantastic. The alternate builds is a squirrel, which also looks great. And then the one that I might be most excited for, I am a sucker for owls, and it is an owl, and it is a beautiful owl. I might have to buy 2 of these sets so I can do the fox and the owl. Looking at lifestyle pictures from Lego, it looks like the fox isn't huge. It's a good.
I mean, it's
desktop size.
It's only 600 pieces,
right?
So it's not going to be massive, and it does come with like a little side build with a little tree.
Yep,
that looks nice too. I'm super excited about this one.
Looks great.
All the 3-in-1s this year have just been so good.
The camera, the giraffe,
the giraffe,
peacock. The ukulele is fantastic.
I love the watering can
Yeah.
with flowers.
The astronaut was really good too.
The astronaut one, I mean, with their whole space theme that they're doing this year, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a future
Yeah.
episode. But
Yeah,
yeah, Lego's having a pretty good year
good start to the year.
on design wise.
If you've been sleeping on the Lego Creator 3-in-1 sets the past few years, like I have, I don't think I've actually ever bought one for myself. This is the year. Check it out because
and
they're
that
doing great.
and that Fox set will retail at just $49.99. So,
And do we know the release date? Is that March, February?
March 24 is most likely the release date, so they say.
March 24th. That's a random.
Well, sometime in March. I guess that would be March.
Oh,
1st.
March 2024.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said March 24th, and I was like, isn't it usually first of the month?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
hopefully we can get those.
March.
Lego's been good with the 3-in-1s,
Dude, Chris,
making them available to us. So hopefully.
I am going to go broke in the month of March because if this Fox is coming out in March and those meaty scale ships, you know what else is coming out March 1st?
Well, Speed Champions also come out in March, which I'm excited about, but I don't think that's what you're talking about.
No, Speed Champions look cool. I have no interest in buying any of them for myself personally, but March 1st is the launch of the Animal Crossing theme.
Yeah, which we'll have to talk about in a future episode. We can't get into that today.
No, because it would take up way too much time. But March is going to be a good month. We'll get there.
So that's kind of where we are in the news right now.
Did you see the leaked Dopey figure for the Snow White set? Looks so good.
I did not. But
great.
I'm sure once we get official images and stuff, we can unpack that one.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's the news.
All right. Next on the agenda, what's new in the store? So
dun dun dun.
We got something pretty cool. So this segment, what we want to do going forward, as we mentioned earlier, we get in trades every single day at the store. So you never know what's going to walk through the door. You could come to our store every single day and you could see something new every single day.
Yeah.
You just never know. So we're going to do our best to cover some of the highlights week to week that come into the store.
At least the more interesting, unique things that come in.
Yeah. So the big one to talk about today is we have got in a used Betrayal at Cloud City set from 2018. This set has a total of 20 minifigures, maybe 21.
It's wild.
So the story about the set is almost as wild as the set itself in terms of how we got it. So we had one trade where we had a couple thousand Star Wars minifigures.
Yes.
I mean, it was just a huge trade.
Yeah, massive. One of the biggest ones we've done in the store.
Oh, for sure.
That was,
it was all Star Wars minifigures. And then about a week later, we had another trade that was all Star Wars sets with no figures. And so what we were able to do is combine the two trades and find almost all of the figures to the sets that we got and put them with the sets. It was kind of incredible.
It was amazing.
For those of you who may or may not know, this Betrayal at Cloud City set, it has 3 or 4 figures that are worth at least $150 each.
Now we should say this isn't the like Boba Fett Cloud City. Like when you think of like the
original Cloud City,
City, that those minifigures are like crazy expensive. We're not talking about that Cloud City.
That's Cloud City. This is Betrayal at Cloud City.
So this is like the UCS.
This is the Master Builder series.
Yeah, play set more that came out.
This is the big circular one that has 4 quadrants. You got the microscale slave 1, you got the cloud car, which that was also a journey to get that cloud car. But, so Chris and I, we were able to go through that other trade of figures and find every single figure for this set.
Which was amazing.
Incredible. We got dual molded legs Han Solo. We have Lando Calrissian, who's the most expensive figure in the set.
His double-sided cape, it's just such a great figure.
It's so good. And we also have Leia from Cloud City in her gown.
Yeah, there are multiple Leias.
Multiple Leias. Yeah, also Hoth Leia because they were on the run, We got 2 Cloud Car pilots. We got 2 Bespin guards. We got 2 Stormtroopers. Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, R2, 3PO, Chewie. I mean, the whole gang.
The whole gang's there. It's everyone at Cloud City. It's a party.
So one quadrant is the hangar for the Cloud Car. The other quadrant is the dining room where Vader, we'd be honored if you would join us,
Yes.
right?
And Boba shows up.
Yeah. There's another quadrant that's kind of just like another room. I'm kind of forgetting exactly what it
Well, there's
is.
the one where the carbonite freezing chamber.
Right. So that was what I was saving. Yeah. So the fourth one has the carbonite freezing chamber and the platform where Luke and Vader have their battle where he gets his hand cut off. You are my
My
father.
favorite scene. Yeah.
Right. You're my father. I am your father.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a great set, great figures. It's a big boy.
And the fact that it's complete
It's
is
just,
yeah. Now we did have to do a little brick linking to get the cloud car,
yeah.
but
And it's not cheap. So if you're interested in coming by just to see it and just to marvel at it, you're welcome to come. We got it.
yeah, it looks good. Yeah, come visit the store. You can see it. You can also, if you're ever wanting to see some of these things that we talk about and you maybe aren't in the San Diego area, you can follow us on Instagram, Bricks and Minifigs San Diego, and we posted a reel today of it.
Yeah.
So it's
And if you ever have questions or want to see things, you can also message us
yeah,
and we can send you
message us through
send you
there,
a picture or
and it's great. It's the best way to find out what's happening in the store
Yep.
in between episodes.
Yep.
Because we definitely can't talk about everything, but Cloud City was worth
mentioning for sure.
mentioning.
Yeah. So that's a good point. We'll do our best to show some highlights here in this show, but every day our wonderful employee Jenna, who runs our social media page,
She's so good.
she's great. She posts stories every day
Oh yeah.
of new sets in the store.
Yeah.
So if you ever want the most up-to-date kind of information about some of the best sets that we have, that's the best way to do it. We didn't add this in, but I'm going to mention it because I just remembered. We got in the entire line of Scooby-Doo sets used. 2 of them have already sold. The biplane sold and the lighthouse sold.
Yes.
We have the Mystery Mansion, the Mystery Machine, and the Museum Mummy Escape.
All there.
I've just been into Scooby-Doo lately, personally. So that's another little... We got those in the store.
Which is kind of a segue to our next segment of what we've been building.
What have you been building, Chris?
What have I been building? But you were building Scooby-Doo a lot of the week at the store.
I was building the Scooby-Doo sets at the store to sell.
Yeah. Yep. But we also build in our free time because we don't get enough Lego during the day.
Yep.
I have started, it's been a while since I've done a big set. Just opening the store, it's been busy, lots going on, but I've embarked on the Natural History Museum.
Yeah.
During COVID, I kind of fell down a modular rabbit hole.
Didn't we all?
I used to be like, there's no way. I don't want to build a Lego city. I don't want to do, but then
the modulars got to you.
Then the corner garage happened, and now I can't get enough of them. So Natural History Museum
slope
is my current build. And it's fun. It's fun that it's a base plate and a half. Yeah. That it's larger than the typical modular.
What are you, four bags in?
Yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 bags in. So kind of have the base. Yep. And it's got great Easter eggs like in the foundation.
Throughout.
Yep. There's bones buried. There's a rat hole with cheese under the floor. Lots of fun things. With the modulars, they're always great. Little things that you wouldn't normally know, even just looking at them, that you really have to build it to experience it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're not alone in your love for the modulars. We can't keep those things in the store.
This is a true story.
They ask him for them all the time. And why not? They're great sets.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
What are you building?
Well,
when you're not in the store.
That's a loaded question. Well, I did just build the Ornithopter for our review. So that was fun. That was a good build. I currently I'm rebuilding my UCS TIE Fighter.
Oh, that's fun.
That I got recently. I took it apart and now I'm rebuilding it. And I also do a lot of projects. So I have some yellowed sets that I've fixed up. So like Chris said, the Mystery Machine.
Yeah,
I just finished up. We had a yellowed Mystery Machine that I bought and fixed up, which looks great now. I love it.
It's a good set.
It's a great little set.
I love that little set.
But I guess the most active build that I am working on is the Medieval Blacksmith.
That's a good one.
It is not mine. It is yours.
but it's still a good build.
But it's still a good build. I am helping Chris with his backlog.
Which,
And he is
yes,
helping me
is huge.
by letting me build some great sets that I
Yeah.
can't afford.
So
So I'm building the Medieval Blacksmith, which has been a great build so far. It's such a great set.
I love that set. We've had it used in the store.
Yep. It
And
just retired.
yeah, I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
having one.
I was going through grad school the past couple of years, so I was very broke. So I was not able to purchase the blacksmith, unfortunately, while it was out. But at least I get to build it.
But now you have your masters, and someday you'll be a baller.
Hopefully it'll pay off. Masters or Lego blacksmiths. I don't know. It's kind of a push.
So, but yeah, it sounds like you have a lot building at the moment. So we'll have to check in the next episode to see.
And then,
what
of course,
you finished.
we're always building stuff at the store.
Yeah, always projects there.
Yep.
So, and that kind of brings us to the close of our first episode. Thank you, Evan, for joining me. And thank you, all of you, for joining out there. If you want to learn more about what we're doing, like we said, follow the store on Instagram at Bricks and Minifigs San Diego. We also will have social accounts for this show if you just want to follow the show.
But called
the Brick Clubhouse. I was just getting there.
Yeah.
So you can find Brick Clubhouse on Instagram, on Twitter or X, on Facebook, all the places. You can follow along. We'll post when new episodes come out and links to the different things. And we're looking forward to this journey and introducing you more into our little Lego world. So until next time.
See you guys.